Hi there. I am Dr. Smitty Heavner, and I'm excited to welcome you to Law 576A, Drug Discovery, Development, and Innovation to Reach the Marketplace, here at the University of Arizona, James E. Rogers College of Law. I'm a clinical researcher and regulatory informaticist with a background in nursing, translational medicine, data science, and public health. I currently work at the Critical Path Institute, a nonprofit organization that partners with the FDA, EMA, and global industry to accelerate the development of new therapies. In my role as Senior Scientific Director for Real-World Evidence, I've worked on projects that span the drug development lifecycle, from biomarker qualification and study design to real-world data applications and regulatory strategy. And in my experience, one thing is clear. Science alone isn't enough to bring new treatments to market. It takes legal insight, regulatory navigation, and a clear understanding of how innovation becomes reality. And that's at the core of this course. In Law 576A, we'll follow the full journey of drug development, from the discovery phase all the way through post-market regulation. We'll begin with preclinical research and the evidentiary requirements to move a drug into human trials. We'll walk through FDA approval pathways, including expedited programs like fast track and breakthrough designation, and talk about how those affect timelines, risk, and return on investment. You'll also learn about intellectual property strategy, patents and data exclusivity, and how legal protections can make or break a drug's commercial viability. We'll cover costs and complexities of clinical trials in the US and abroad, and what it takes to bring a drug to global markets. And finally, we'll take on an international perspective, comparing the FDA with regulatory agencies like the European Medicines Agency, and explore how global harmonization efforts are reshaping the industry. These topics matter because they define the real-world impact of medical innovation. The drug development process is long, expensive, and high risk, and the legal and regulatory decisions made along the way can determine whether a drug reaches patients or never makes it out of the lab. At the Critical Path Institute, I see how new tools and evidence, including digital health technologies, real-world data, and biomarkers, are being integrated into regulatory frameworks. But to make that work, we need people who can speak across disciplines, who understand both the science and the strategy. This course will help you become one of those people. This course is open to anyone interested in drug development, but will be especially useful to you if you are a law student interested in intellectual property or health law, a science or medical professional looking to understand commercialization, a policy analyst, public health advocate, or entrepreneur working in the life sciences space. You don't need to be an expert in any one of these areas, but you do need to be curious about how discovery becomes delivery and how innovation moves from molecules to marketplace. Whether you are passionate about public health, curious about biotech regulation, or thinking about a career at the intersection of science and policy, I hope you'll join me for Law 576A. Together, we'll explore the legal, scientific, and strategic foundations of bringing new therapies to patients. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in class.